I'm gonna turn my volume up. You gotta listen close.
Touch your eyes, just hand sanitize quickly.
Song? You said I would know the song.
You know
Yes.
this? You do?
Because of easy breath, even though
It's Bohemian Rhapsody quarantine version.
I was about to say those are different words.
the cure doesn't look
Don't touch your
eyes.
Hi, Ken.
The curve doesn't look flatter to me.
I didn't know if they were talking about like the COVID curve or the curves on my body.
Yes, they definitely don't look flatter. I don't know why I just had to laugh.
Why are you grabbing your boobs right now?
You talked about your chest and it just automatically means
I just meant all the curves are not getting flatter. Just all over. There's so many curves.
have it.
You've been locked up for too long.
Mm-hmm. I was actually just telling a friend the other day, I don't know if you were like this, because apparently I'm with some of my other friends, I'm weird, but when I was a kid, I loved being naked. Like, it's kind of what I was known for as a child.
Like when you say when you were a kid, I mean,
I
there's a lot of nudity up in this house.
It was for a long time. And even today, like, I will just go to the bathroom with the door open. Or
Yeah. Haven't I told you about how, so you know where we live. You've been to my house many times.
Yep.
And so we are like, we call our where we live our house on a hill because we're up,
that makes sense. Yes.
right, we're up on the top and no one can see in. I mean, you'd have to be trying real hard. And this is like an almost 42-year-old person. So like no one should really ever be trying that hard to see inside this house. And so I get hot when I'm like drying my hair. So I mean, there's just all that. You get it. But here's the problem is then when I go travel, like when I go, especially in Chicago, when I'm there for speaking stuff, and I'll be in a hotel.
Yep.
And I know people are like, how can you forget? When this is your pattern every day, you just forget. You walk out of the bathroom from doing your hair and print and makeup and the blinds are all open.
Yeah.
And boom, there's 3 high rises out there.
I grew up naked. I was naked all the time.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone doing your corporate job.
Good morning, Chicago.
Good morning, Chicago.
I'm here.
Between that and flooding the toilet at the W Hotel, I feel like I'm blacklisted at a lot of places.
Yeah, I learned how to go to the bathroom with cows, and I would mow the lawn. I would mow the lawn naked and then jump in the pool. And we lived like isolated.
Yeah.
But the closest neighbors' kids would sometimes come over, but they'd have to walk down like our long driveway. So one time my sister thought it would be super funny when I was naked, because I was naked a lot.
Yep.
Me out of the house when she saw them coming down the driveway.
You told us about this, how you like ran around trying to get inside your house.
Yeah.
The fact that you brought that up twice now, I feel like that should be something that you should be talking to a therapist about.
True. Prior to that, I put her in a dryer and my mom turned it on without knowing she was in there. So I feel like it was like payback for me.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, I did. Like,
your mom turned on the dryer while she was in there?
You didn't know she was in there. I put her in there and I shut the door.
That's what 2020 documentaries are made of.
We did a lot. I climbed at a funeral. My sister and I climbed in a casket. Got on top of the body. And I was like touching up her makeup. And my sister was playing we used to do this thing called the dead arm game. Do you know what that is? We used to
I know the name, but remind me what it is.
we used to like lift my parents' arm and then they would just let it flop, and we just
Okay.
called it the dead arm game. It was not really a game, but
Please tell me you did not play the dead arm game with a dead person.
straddled on top of her.
No.
This is why my mother disowned me many times.
I,
Except
I'm not,
because everyone at the funeral knew who she was on to.
I am not even Catholic, and I feel like you should confess that to a priest. He can tell you how to make that right.
True. I
I
mean,
don't know.
must be why I understand repentance today.
Okay, so how was your Mother's Day?
It was really beautiful. We had okay, so I think this was like the first year the boys kind of, I mean, I don't think they really understand Mother's Day, but they kind of got it.
Yeah.
Adam helped them make a card, and I went to open the door to go downstairs in the morning. They were standing right there, and they were like so excited to give me this card, like so excited. And then at one point during the day, they started to sing happy birthday. No, it's Mother's Day. No.
I mean, they tried. They're still little.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
still little, and they still like you. You know?
Right. Yeah. They like to say that when they're in trouble, actually.
Yeah. But
Like,
I feel like
to say, I love you, mommy. I love you so much when he's in trouble every time.
But see, like, here's the problem is that as they get older, they understand. Well, actually, I have a story about that, but they understand what Mother's Day is, but they no longer necessarily always like you. Like 25% of my children still think I'm like, you know, the bee's knees.
The youngest.
Yeah. The one who will have no memory. And for another 2 years, you know, like once I start retaining memory, then they realize I don't know if I actually like this person. So now his brain's tiny. And so he's just like, she seems nice. She lets me crawl into bed with her at 2 a.m.
That's the cup you got last year.
Okay, so let me show you. I want to show
everybody,
general public out here who is watching what my family thinks of me. Okay. Now, I realize I am very self-deprecating about my ability to parent, and apparently rightfully so, because these are the presents that I have received this year and last year for Mother's Day. I couldn't find the other ones because I'm pretty sure that someone has already bought them from Goodwill where I donated them. And so let me show you the shirt that I currently have on that I got this year. Okay. You see this? I run a tight shipwreck.
I love it. Yeah.
Also bought for me in pre-quarantine size. I also want to make note of that. When I say to do the pull down to show it to you, and that's not so much so you can read it. It's because it hugs so many curves right now because he didn't account for the chips and queso situation with my shipwreck. This is what I received last year.
Not the worst. Not the worst, Mom.
Not the worst, Mom. Right here. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. It's
And my favorite thing, well, first of all, just in case you're like, I'm gonna hide this so no one can read it. Like, it's on both sides. So I can read it and everyone else gets to. Also,
so great. It's never like that on a mug.
No. Millions of moms for Mother's Day get world's best worlds, not even just like the nation's best mom, you know, Colorado's best mom, right? They get world's best mom all over. My kids are like, well, she's not
the worst.
Saying she's the best would be a lie. And we teach them not to lie.
The Bible. So if that says anything about us, I need more Jesus, and you run a tight shipwreck.
You got called out. I got to start banning him from this.
You can't. He let you wax him.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm like indebted for a while. I love my gifts. I love them.
How's his back? Is it better?
I haven't looked at it in a while. I'm kind of afraid to. I'm pretty sure it's still broken out. And he's never going to let me come near him again. Did I tell you that I waxed my 12-year-old daughter's mustache? Did I tell you that?
Oh, you said you talked about it, but you hadn't made the decision.
Yeah. First of all, Christina's watching this while she showers, and I love that.
How?
I do that all the time. I will turn on like Real Housewives and just like in the shower watch I was about to say my favorite thing to watch in the shower is just mindless things that don't make you think. And I think that's what Christine may be doing. She's watching mindless things that do not make you think, which is us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I
you know what I also like doing in the shower, and I posted this a while ago, and people think that I'm weird. Oh, okay. I mean,
not the worst, Mom.
I actually eat ice cream in the shower too. I don't know.
Wow. Does it not just like
Commitment.
Is it imaginary ice cream?
Is it what?
Is it imaginary? Do you talk to your therapist about that?
No, this is legit. I don't make light about eating ice cream. Okay, imaginary ice cream is a waste of everyone's time.
What about
I think he is referring to his lower back situation, Jennifer. Yeah.
Brush your teeth in the shower.
How about what? Washing my feet?
No, brush your teeth.
I haven't done that, but I could see where that would be very efficient. That
my husband brushes his teeth in the shower for the efficiency reason.
I could see that. You know, I would actually, I kind of wish I could encourage my kids to do that, because do yours now, first of all, let me just say that we're not so great about brushing our teeth every night.
No. Oh no.
I mean, I know you're supposed to do it 2 times a day for them. I do it. I'm kind of obsessive about the teeth.
Yet.
What?
I haven't even taken them to the dentist yet.
Well, I mean, I don't want to freak you out, but I took Quinn in when he was 6, and that's why he has seven silver teeth in his mouth.
That doesn't freak me out.
And our dental insurance is horrible, so the cost is like atrocious. And I always tell them,
feel better.
Listen, you need to go, because I'm like, if things get real bad, we can always kind of yank some of those puppies out and sell the silver. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
We can be like, Quinn, come here. We need 2 this month.
It's true.
Scrappier. Like, I don't know. Taxes are due.
All these people brush their teeth in the shower. This makes me feel so much better.
I think this is smart. I think we should all get on this bandwagon.
It is pretty smart.
Let me tell you about what happened today.
Yeah.
I think it's good that Grayson's teacher has my cell phone number, right? I think there's a reason. I don't think that she has.
Is she
I don't think she has everyone's cell phone number. You know, I think she has my.
Well, she has the ones that aren't the worst.
Well, and because of the child in her class. Like, I'm saying she's smart, and she's like, this is a phone number I need on hand. You know? And so she sent me this text message today. I'm going to read it to you. Hang on. Let me get there, because it was fantastic. Okay, hang on. There's apparently a lot of text messages today. And she said on here, holy moly, where is she? Okay, hang on. I'm going to do a quick search. So anyways, here she is. Okay, so she sends me this text this afternoon, and it says, I loved your comments on the morning meeting today. You should join Grayson tomorrow and say something funny. Now, let me tell you.
What were your comments?
Let me tell you what happened this morning. So every morning, Grayson, as his attendance, does this like flip grid thing, which is it's like kind of a way for everyone to stay connected. So basically it's a recording. It's you recording yourself, and she
Okay.
asks a question every day, like, what'd you do this weekend? Or I don't know, what's your favorite part about
Yeah.
homeschooling, or whatever. And you record it, and then you can like see everyone's responses, like all your classmates' responses, right? So you kind of feel like connected, plugged in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this morning it was, what did you do over the weekend? Because they don't have homeschool on Mondays. Praise Jesus. It's just Tuesday through Friday. Okay. And so it was, what did you do over the weekend? So
Wait, is that for you or is that for everyone?
so that's for everyone. Like she asked the whole class a question. Okay. Like the whole class gets the same question. And so I thought that we were brainstorming ideas. Okay. I thought we were in the there's no bad ideas in brainstorming phase.
True.
Right? And so I didn't realize that he was hitting the record button.
It was so sneaky.
So he says, I said, well, so buddy, what did you do this weekend? And he's like, I played video games. And I was like,
Oh, and then Mother's Day.
yeah, I was like, what's new about that? That's what you do every day, all day instead of schoolwork, like. And then I was like, oh, and hey, this weekend is Mother's Day. You could say something about that. And he was like, oh, right, it was. And then I said, you know what? Actually, there's no point saying anything about that because I didn't change anything that you did over the weekend either. And I am just like throwing lines out. The next thing I know, he says, okay, Mom, that one's done. I was like, what do you mean it's done? He goes, I said, did you just submit that conversation we were having? And he goes, yeah. I was like, unsubmit. I'm there's no unsubmit button. There is no undo. There is no delete. It's just out there.
Oh, so where does he get that from?
Listen, let's not talk genetics. So he sent that to me. And then she says, hey, would you do a 90-second comedy act on Thursday? And I said, is this to children? She said, yes. So
you have moved from speaker to stand-up comedian.
For children, age 10 and under.
Hey, I do feel like, look at the children demographic. There is money there. Blippi.
Okay. Let me tell you what I've written so far, and I want you to tell me if this sounds good. Okay?
You're doing it.
So I got, yeah, you wonder why you got the not the worst mom. Like, I know. Okay, so I have, hi, boys and girls. This is
perfect. That you already started it. Great.
Okay. Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Kim. Your teacher asked me to pop on here for some funny, encouraging words. And so all I wanted to tell you is that everything that you are about to learn today, you are probably never going to use. So you should just quit now, call it summer, and drop out. I love you and have a great day.
I think the only thing that would make it better is if you started with, hey, cool cats and kittens.
Hey, cool cats. I like it. Hey, cool cats with the K. So that was my day. And then let me also tell you, Quinn today was learning what the sound AR makes, like R, like a pirate, which was fun. And yes, he was supposed to write down some words that have the R sound. And what he came up with, the first two words, Mom, I know, fart and shart. And I literally, because we are days away from being done, was like, that is perfect. If you spell them right, we are turning that in.
A+.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't argue with it. It is correct.
It's there. It's there. And again, I feel like as we're talking this out, it's all coming together. It is all starting to fall into place.
This is very true. Well, last night at 1, and I just learned about this because I am the heavy sleeper. Well, wait, back up. I'm the sleeper. I will sleep any time of the day. I don't care how long it is. Like, if it weren't for Jesus, I wouldn't stay awake in life, period. So at 1, Adam tells me,
Hang on, wait. If it weren't for Jesus, you wouldn't stay awake.
yeah, if I didn't have passion in life because of Jesus, I would just.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that meant like Jesus take me home. I didn't know what you were talking about. Okay. Okay. I'm with you.
No, but Adam tells me tonight that at 1:38 a.m. he woke up to our 2-year-old staring him in the face, just breathing on him.
There is nothing creepier than a child in the dark. They are terrifying. That's why there's no horror movie like a horror movie with children.
That's what I told Adam. I said, I'm so glad that wasn't me. I screamed.
Yes.
Like,
I should have.
It was okay. First of all, let's just talk about that. Eli is my darker skinned boy. First of all, it's not like he stands out in the dark except his eyeballs.
Oh no.
And secondly, he had to. Our master bedroom is upstairs.
Yeah.
And his is downstairs. He had to walk up wooden stairs in the dark. And when Adam told me this, all I could think about was, you're a sleepwalker. Is my child starting to sleepwalk at the age of 2? Because a few months ago, I found him at like 10:30 at night by the front door with a backpack, like he was going to leave.
Man, Ben, one of Ben's really good buddies, and he used to work with them. That's how I met him.
Yeah.
He has some crazy sleepwalking stories, like insanity. I mean, like jumping out windows, like at hotel. I mean, just some crazy, crazy stuff. So
that's scary. So we said tonight we have to start locking like all the like doors that go outside, because we are afraid now that Eli might just walk outside. I mean, Adam said he told him, like, go back to bed, Eli. And Eli just turned around and started to walk. Like, Adam thankfully got out of bed and helped him go down the stairs in the dark.
I will say it is strange. Like, you know, Quinn used to sleepwalk and actually doesn't anymore, but Grayson still does.
Yeah.
They take direction exceedingly better so when they're sleepwalking than when they're awake.
They could still be sleepwalking if they respond like that.
Yeah, like Grayson, we will do that too. We'll be like, son, go back to bed. Or a lot of times I will lie to him and be like, hey, I'll come snuggle with you, go back to bed.
Yes.
You know, and then again, I get it. I get all this now.
No, I do that. I do that.
And he does it. Like he actually like goes and does these things. Now, if it was during the day when he was like cognizant and coherent, and I was like, hey, buddy,
yeah,
I need you to go pick up your clothes, he'd be like, no. But maybe I should try having him do chores while he's sleepwalking. Like, hey, I need you to go pick up your clothes.
Yes.
Vacuum your room. Yes. You know, like I feel like I need to have a chore chart for sleepwalking nights.
I think that is a really good idea. That is a really good idea.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Okay, you have some interview questions for me, right?
I have a question for you. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, first question, because you are a speaker. So I think first question is, why did you start speaking?
I'm a speaker-ish.
Why?
Everything's ish right now.
I don't know if everybody knows why you started speaking, so I think it'd be good to tell them why you started speaking.
Okay. What'd you say?
Did you like to talk?
I do like to talk. I've told you, if you give me a microphone, I'm set for days. So actually, I will try to make this as brief as possible, but I do love talking about this because I love talking.
One question, everybody.
Is this a 6-part question? Because I realize I don't know. Was not prepared for these questions. Okay, why did I start speaking? Well, long story short, I had the opportunity to do a couple of just informal kind of speaking things at the church that we attended in Chicago. In Park Community Church, which we love and adore. And so for just a couple of just different like informal women's events.
Yep.
You know, nothing like significant. And every time that nothing significant as in like they were just small. Okay, that sounds bad. The women were significant that came. It was not an event that would have like, you know, people like you would have paid tickets to attend. Okay.
There you go. It was free.
Yeah. And so anyways, so I did a couple of these things, and every time I did it, I would finish and I would just be like, you know, when you just do something that just like fills up your soul, whatever it is. I mean, it can be a million things. It can be a hobby or interest, whatever.
Yeah.
And every time I would just be like, just giddy. I mean, I would just be so consumed and like my brain was just you know, and I was just filled up. And it's like I tell people who are like, what if I don't know what I'm gifted in or what I'm supposed to go do? I always say, I'm like, take note of those seemingly insignificant things where you go, oh, anyone would enjoy that. Yeah. Or anyone would be decent at that. Or, you know, anyone would find that enjoyable, whatever it is. Because that's just not true, you know? Right. Take note of those things and start jotting them down, and you're going to find a rhythm. You're going to find like a theme of kind of things that start making you go, oh, I was actually wired that way. Not everyone is wired like this. So anyways, I don't know, there was a moment where I just started picking up on maybe I shouldn't just ignore that.
Yeah.
And so anyways, just through honestly a God ordained kind of series of events, this woman reached out to me through these random connections through social media. Yeah. And said, hey, we're opening up our like speaker mastermind group and your name came up. Would you want to join? And I was like, oh my gosh, I have literally been wrestling with this, like not knowing how to start or where to start, or, you know, I didn't go to school for this, or I don't have any experience, you know, all those things we tell ourselves. Yep. Anyone else could do this better. People are going to laugh at me, all the things. Anyway, and so I just showed up. I just showed up to this thing, and I realized it was women that were like me, significantly more put together, and like would not have received this shirt, but they were like-minded women. And anyways, and so honestly, one of them, or several of them, but especially the girl who kind of like founded the group, just really became a mentor. She just kind of graciously acknowledged that like there was room for more people. Yeah. Which I feel like is, I mean, I can't speak for, you know, I can't speak for circles of men. Like I'm sure it also feels competitive in that. But I know for women, it can feel very competitive of like this person stepping into my space. It's going to take whatever events away from me. It's going to take, whatever it is. And they just weren't like that. You know, I was like, I don't know. What do you mean a speaking one sheet? I don't even know what that is. What are you talking about? And, you know, they were like, here's 5 different examples. You know, actually, let me tell you, this is a funny story. At first, just one girl had sent me her example. And so I thought that it was like, keep in mind, I haven't put a resume type thing together in years. Right. And so I thought that it was like old school, like resumes kind of have a format and they pretty much all look the same, just the content's different. So I legit took her one sheet, copied it, like the entire format and style, completely copied it and just inserted in my information and my stuff. And I showed it to me. I was so proud. I was like, guys, look. And I could tell they were like it's not plagiarism because it's not that you copied her words, But and then I suddenly realized I was like, oh, it's everyone's personal stuff. Okay. Like I basically stole your branding. Yeah. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, I hope that encourages someone out there. I think I finally got to the place where I was like, this doesn't have to be perfect to get started.
Yeah.
But I do have to have something in hand because I can't just send my name out and be like, hey, I'm speaking now, and people are like, what topics? And I'm like, just things. I don't know, So yeah,
At some point, you have to start. Like you have to just start.
You do. I remember the moment that I had because a lot in what I do, since I didn't have contacts, I don't have like a husband who's a church pastor or a worship minister, or, I didn't have like connections, which I think is important to mention because I think a lot of people that might be another kind of lie they're telling themselves of, oh, I don't have a network. I don't have connections.
Yep.
And so I remember having like about 200 of these one sheets in envelopes.
Yep.
Because I couldn't find emails for a lot of these kind of churches, women's minister coordinator, whatever. And so I looked up like hundreds of churches that were in Chicago and here in Texas, places that I would be willing to travel to.
Yeah.
And I remember showing up to the mailbox and I went to just like dump them in. And there was a second where I was like, oh my gosh, this feels so vulnerable. Like I'm sending this out into the world. Like for now, it was just between me and God, you know? And I'm not sending it forward. And what if no one calls? No one emails? Like how humiliating, like, and then I literally just remember God being like, all I've asked you to do is this.
Yeah.
The rest.
Yep.
Like, this is it. You did your part. Let me show you what I can do. And I dropped them in the mail and I drove away and I was like, actually, what a beautiful picture of if I even get a single email, it is because of nothing that I did. Like all I can do is attribute it to God and what he's capable of because I literally don't know anyone as far as I know who is receiving this. I love that Jennifer said we got one that makes me smile so big.
My favorite quotes is duty is ours, results are God's.
Like, you say that to me all the time. Duty is ours, results are God. And I love that.
I love it. Do the work and let God bring the results.
Yeah.
Okay. So what, have you had an embarrassing moment yet on stage? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have I not told you about this?
No. I need to know.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This has actually made it into a few of my talks. So it wasn't technically while I was on stage. It was right before I went on stage.
Okay.
So I was at Willow Creek in Chicago, like a suburb of Chicago, and a large church, right?
Yeah.
Like it was Bill Hybels' former church. And
that's a big church.
Yeah. And so I was so intimidated. I mean, I was so intimidated to be there. This was early on. I had maybe spoken 5 other times. I mean, I was like, I'm still a baby speaker, but I was very much like, and so anyways, right before, so since I was so nervous, so I do have this thing where I don't eat or drink anything before I go speaking. Okay. So I'm like, what's that?
Like how long before?
Like if I have a morning speaking event, I don't drink or eat anything after eating dinner the night before. Okay. So yeah. So a lot of times I'm like, can you guys like kick this thing off at like 6 a.m.? But I'm paranoid of getting up there and like having to run to the back. I'll be like, can someone play some hold music? Just jingle. Well, I'll be right back, And so I don't eat or drink anything. Well, I was so nervous this morning though, that I had to go to the bathroom. Like I had consumed, I think, a ton of caffeine. I don't do coffee, so I had Cokes that morning, and I know it's just because I don't like the taste of it. It's not because of any. It's clearly not because of any health, convictions.
I literally had 5 cups today.
I need to get on this. My kids all drink coffee now, including Gavin, who is 3 years old. Quarantine has driven everyone to drink. in all different capacities. And I said to the lady, I was like, listen, and to the girl who I've actually become sweet friends with. But anyway, I was like, I need to run to the restroom super quick.
Yeah.
So please don't introduce me. Like, give me just a few. So I ran out to the bathroom. I'm in the stall, and I mean, it's no big thing. Like, it's just a number 1. It's not a deuce. Like, it wasn't a number 3. Like, it was all good, you know? And yeah, and so I'm in there, and I realized that there's no toilet paper.
Oh, can you spare a square?
No toilet paper. And I'm like trying to look under the stall. Like, is anyone else in here that I can be like, can you pass one down? You know, can you do me a favor? And there's no one in there because they're all, you know, probably like getting ready, right? And so I'm like, what do I do? Like, I cannot drip dry. I mean, like, I'm up on stage. Like, I can't just have like a wet spot. So and I don't want to pull my pants up because, again, same situation would happen. So with my pants around my ankles, I literally, like, I feel like this doesn't have the same meaningless. Like, I'm like squatting down, and I like waddle into the next stall.
Yes, done it. I've done it.
Okay. My bare ass. Just like if anyone walked in, like it's facing the door. So anyone that walked in would be like, hello. So I like go into the stall next to me. This is my favorite part. And I grabbed some toilet paper. Now, I didn't realize this until the first time I was sharing the story. I took the toilet paper and I went back to my stall like it was my house. Like, I didn't just
wipe in that stall.
Yes. Why? Like, I should have stayed and been like, let's finish this up. Boom, boom, walk back, flush, leave the scene of the crime. And I didn't. I literally took my wad of paper and I like bare butt waddled it back, literally like looking around, because now like they're getting a full on frontal view if someone walked in, which is significantly more embarrassing. And go back in the stall and finish things up and then walk back in. And here is the best part. I walk in and within like 60 seconds, they'd been waiting. They introduced me. I walked up on stage and then I proceed to tell this story. Like, can't help myself. I'm like, you guys are never going to believe what just happened. What just went down in your bathroom. Like, sorry if I dripped from stall to stall, didn't have time to clean that up. I mean, who does that? Who then goes and tells us? And it literally was in that moment when I was telling the story that I was like, oh my gosh, because they were all laughing about me going back to my stall. And I'm like, yeah, why did I go back? Like, it was like my place, my home, my place of restitution.
Wait, so was it this story where the pre-speak freak? Is this why that started? How that started?
The what story?
Your pre-speak freak.
Oh, my pre-speak. I thought you said priest. Yes.
No,
pre-speak freak.
Yeah.
So where that came from is before I used to go on stage, I would get nerves.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
eat or drink. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would just be like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Where's the emergency exit? Like, will they have bad things to say if I just leave? You know, like,
yes, by the way.
Hurt my like, would they still be willing to write a good recommendation?
No, you know? By the way, no.
Right. I got to that place. And so I would literally like sit in the bathroom. I have a lot of weird bathroom stories. So I would sit in the bathroom before I would go out. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie, if there was a lock in the door, I'd be like, bloop, bloop. And like on the main door. Like, so if anyone had an emergency, like they could not get in because the speaker's in there. And I would just kind of stand in front of the mirror and give myself like a pep talk. You know, I'd be like, okay, God, are you here? Like, are you in the women's bathroom with me right now? Because I don't know what's about to go down. I'm terrified. I want to run. And I would literally just kind of like, I would truly kind of freak out.
Yeah.
And so it was a thing. And it started out honestly as kind of like I wanted to make it real and raw for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, hey, I'm just an ordinary girl. Isn't that like Julia Roberts line? Just looking for love. And then it just carried on. Like then I just kind of couldn't stop it because I loved it. It kind of like became a thing. But honestly, it went away. Like I get like nerves, right?
Yeah.
Like, I get kind of like energetic, nervous energy.
Yeah.
But as soon as I walk up on that stage, I am just like
Yeah.
excited. Like there is not an ounce of like nervousness about being on stage.
Yeah.
I have like a level of pressure that I
Yeah.
put on myself of like, I want to be like telling what they need to hear, what they're supposed to be hearing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a level of like obligation, I feel like in that.
Yeah.
But there's just not, there's not anymore like, and I don't know. I wonder if that'll kind of come back since I haven't, you know, you kind of get in a rhythm and I've been out of that for a while. Like I've been having to do
I
this.
think it'll just come back. I think it'll just come back. And I think that like having like a, what would you call it? Like a ritual.
Yes.
So I have a ritual before I teach or speak at like conferences and so forth, except it's not appropriate because I blast rap and hip hop in my car as if it is like a soundtrack in a movie. And I just like pump myself up. It is absolutely not appropriate. The
I don't know,
words are appropriate.
yeah.
My singing and dancing is never appropriate, but it's my ritual.
I
So
love
bad.
it. Listen,
But you know, in
listen
basketball,
and you listen to rap. We can all get around that.
thank you.
I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I have not embraced the ritual of like running bare butt between stalls right before I go speak. Like,
No,
thankfully, that hasn't become a thing.
no. And
Um,
you clarified that.
But what I love, okay, you know what? I have to share this one little story is so I was speaking at this women's event for Faith Church in Indiana. Whoop, whoop. I love those women there. And I'm sure the guys are great too. I don't know any of them. And so they did this whole like pre-speak freak thing, like in the bathroom, these bathroom selfies that I do.
Yeah.
They did, like this whole container of like you know, like the little like mustaches and glasses and like, you know, all the little kind of things that you dress up with in the bathroom so that people could come in the bathroom beforehand and
That's
take their own bathroom selfies.
That's awesome.
I know. I love it. My favorite part though is people are like, what do we do these while on the toilet stall? Like, what are we? I was like, that is next level.
Yeah.
Oh,
I dare you.
that was super fun. And also, as many times as I've told that story, I feel like people also make a point to come up to me and tell me that their bathrooms are fully stocked with toilet paper. We just want to know.
Episode, can you spare square?
I kind of felt bad that I called out, like, listen, I mean, it was just an oversight. I did not mean to call out like a specific church of not having toilet paper. Honestly, it was just my luck. It's just, you know, it made for a great story to tell. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't have it.
Well, people would rather follow someone who's real than someone who's right. And you were not right in that situation. But
Right. I am not writing a lot of things, so I hope that's true because that's where we're at.
the thing though, I can totally see myself doing something like that and later thinking like, oh gosh, that was real dumb. Like, duh.
I know. I don't
Many moments like that in my life
know.
where people will say to me, I don't understand how you were an A student. Like, I don't either.
I was great friends with the teacher and Cliff Notes.
But you know, in basketball, like if you go to shoot, if you are shooting foul shots, like they teach you like do your ritual. You come up with your own ritual before your foul shot.
Yeah.
Like, and that is like the thing that like calms you and centers you. So no judgment.
Maybe the speak freak is my ritual. That's like the thing. It was a little bit awkward because I will be in the bathrooms and I look self-absorbed when I'm about to go. And I'm like, oh. like getting selfies in the bathroom mirror. Like,
Yeah.
they've never met me. They don't know what it's about. And someone walk in or walk out a stall, and I just kind of have to pretend like I'm like, oh, hey, hi, I was just checking email.
Moment on the stage.
Yeah.
There.
I'll be out there real quick, So I do look like I'm doing something. I look like I'm doing something wrong because I'm constantly like checking the bathroom, like to see if someone's coming in, and then quickly doing it. Or now enough people know about it that if someone knows me who's like sitting in the audience,
Yeah.
and I'll like kind of walk out during a break or something, like, you go into the bathroom to get a picture. And I'm like, oh, this is why did this have to be the tradition? Like, why did I pick this of all things? Just toilet stalls in the bathroom.
Now like when they look at you, they're like, I know what she's doing. I'm following her. Don't worry, guys.
There was a couple of ones where they like shut off the men's bathroom because there weren't any men at the event. And so those were kind of fun when I got to walk in and there's like urinals in the backgrounds.
Oh, one of my favorite moments was when I was at a restaurant for a friend's birthday and had to use the bathroom so bad. And the women's had like this huge line. So I just went straight to the men's. But then a man walked in.
Nope, that's not how it's supposed to work.
And well, thankfully, like there was a stall door. But I just had a conversation with him through the stall door. I said, you just go right ahead. I'm not going to come out. I'm going to finish what I'm doing. You do what you're doing. Are you having a good night? Like, we legit had a whole conversation while I was peeing, and he's a stranger. And what did I just do with my hair? I can't even.
He wasn't even like having a conversation with me while he's peeing. He's like, can you go away? It's so common because there's always a child there having a conversation.
That's so true.
Right? So I don't even think anything about it. I'm just like, no, this is good time management. Like, I have your attention.
It's true.
That we need to talk about.
It's true. That's very true. And when I'm potty training, I'm actually trying to teach them, hey, there's nothing bad about the toilet. Like,
yeah. So, okay, actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I did have this moment today where I was like, what would be a good idea while we're quarantining at home is to potty train Gavin. And about 30 minutes later.
At least you've done it 3 other times.
I mean,
Ben really took on the brunt of the responsibility.
I mean, it was a little self-taught, like kids are going to start making fun of you. You should probably start peeing in the potty, But I decided, like, Gavin, 30 minutes in after cleaning up so many accidents, I was like, hey, buddy, why don't you go bring me a diaper? Because diapers are for big kids too. Like there's a lot of older people that need to wear diapers, and mommy should probably wear diapers. Sometimes mommy pees herself.
This is how you potty trained?
Oh, it's done. It's done. We're done potty training. We've regressed back into diapers within a day. I can't even say 24 hours. Within a day, I'm just like, diapers are good. Diapers are your friends. We'll in another year when we're probably still quarantining, like we've got time.
No.
Yeah, worst.
Oh my gosh. Well,
do you have any mind-blowing questions? Do you have any other mind-blowing questions?
I'll save them for our next show because I do have more questions that I think people would love to hear the answers to.
Okay, so we are over. So question for
I'm not sharing these with her ahead of time. So
no, I didn't even know these were fun. And I'm sure they're not all about speaking and stuff too. I know you.
No.
So we were talking, AJ and I were talking, and I know though that like the stay-at-home order isn't lifted in certain places. Like I know it's not in Illinois, and I think maybe not in Indy. I don't know. But anyways,
I don't know.
What?
I think it is in some parts of Indy, but not like the city.
The whole thing. That's right. I forget that you're from there. So we were thinking that it might make sense to go to one night a week for people. Tell us if we're wrong. And but that being said, we were going to take a poll here and ask if Tuesdays or Thursdays would make more sense to do it, or a different day. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be, we don't even know what days of the week are right now. I think there's like 10 days in a week now.
Say, I don't care.
Yeah. So I guess let us know, A, if that seems to make sense. And B, what night of the week would be
Yep.
best, right?
We're all for the people. Whatever the people want. People get.
We're a democracy around here.
You know what I also realized? Was this today or yesterday?
Christine said she needs 3 days a week, but she's also the one who's in the shower. And so we don't know how many glasses of wine deep she's in right now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I realized that by the end of this, we're going to start measuring things by social distancing. So like in driver's ed, it's now going to be like, how many social distances are you away from the car in front of you?
Oh, that's true. I was driving somewhere the other day.
It really will be like
my brain has gotten twisted like that. I was driving the other day and I was like, that car is riding my bumper. Like that. I was like, that is not social distancing. And I was like, what am I even talking about right now? I'm in a car.
I know, it's crazy. Your brain, my brain has literally started to think as if it's its own measurement system.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not, by the way. It's not. Okay, we're gonna do a like an official poll tomorrow on Kim's page, but
that sounds
whatever the people want, the people get.
I would be. I had an uncrustable in bed. Yes.
Wait.
I hope that it was
shower, jelly all over.
I hope it was one that she just like found. Like under the sheets, just like, well, I didn't have dinner, because that sounds like something I would do.
It's like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's not a sock. That's
Sarah, I hear you. Gavin has been obsessed with Frozen 2. And I found myself at one point literally just being like, Anna, like, back it up. Why? You're like just on Olaf, like just all the time. I hear you. I find myself doing like the same thing. I'm like 6 feet distance with a mask, please.
I'm going to start talking to the boys that way. Guys, mommy needs 6 feet at least.
Yeah, at least. And really, it's best if there's a barrier between us, like a locked door. That's the safest way.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I had to get, I told you this. I had to get tested today for COVID.
Yes. And yes, Ben showed me, oh my gosh, I've actually been wanting to discuss this because Ben showed me a video of the swab and it kept going and going and going, like it literally touched their brain.
Stop. That is what I experienced today. And it was terrible. And I was not expecting it. So when they come up, first of all, I didn't get out of my car. Like they tell me that you just get swabbed.
One of those drive-up things?
Yeah. Okay. So for people who don't know, like I have surgery on Friday and nothing major, but like a requirement right now is that you get tested for COVID before you have surgery.
Okay.
And they do a drive-through, like you don't even have to get out of your car. And, nurses come up masked and robed and clothed and everything. But they like tell me ahead of time, they're just going to swab you. I think it's like a mouth swab.
Nope.
So they come up, they say, okay, what's your name? Okay, you have a procedure on Friday. Okay, let's go. We're going to go get our things ready and we'll be right back. So then they come back to the other side of the door. First of all, there's 2 of them. And that's the first warning sign I have. Like, why does it take 2 of you to swab my mouth?
Yes.
Secondly, they start to pull out this long, skinny stick. And I think that's not what you swab my mouth with. And then they say, can you put your head like this and look at me? And I think I literally gave them this look and I said, why? They said, well, we're going to stick this up your nose.
No.
It's going to burn. And I said,
no.
Is there another method I can choose? I literally said, like, do I have a choice?
Yeah. Any hole. I pick any other hole.
Any other hole. I'll take a finger prick. Just Anyways, it burned like heck.
Oh,
And it was incredibly awkward. And they said that the second person was there so I wouldn't move.
stop it. So you don't like twitch or like punch him in the face?
Yes, like the second person was there in case I couldn't take it. That they would hold me down.
Stop.
I'm not kidding.
Like straight jacket you down, like pin you down in your car.
Or like hold me so I wouldn't jerk around so that they could get it far enough to my brain.
No, it definitely touches brain tissue from the video that I saw. That is reason enough not to even think that like get any symptoms whatsoever. Cause I'm like, that seems horrible.
It was terrible and I didn't expect it, which is probably a good thing. It was probably a good thing that I had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's always better that way.
That is bad news.
Sorry if anyone has to get tested because I just ruined it for you.
All right. I guess we should wrap this up. Did you see Ben's comment? The tightest 30-minute show in the red.
We love you too, Ben. We love you too.
People are like, I want to go to bed. Stop talking. It's an hour ahead here.
She needed more. She said she needed more. We just given her more. I mean, for heaven's sake, the lady ate an Uncrustable in bed. Let's give her more.
She needs more wine. She does not need more us. I think we're getting it wrong.
Yeah.
All right. So are we this week? This week we are meeting back here still on Thursday. Yes.
Yeah. And we'll switch next.
And then we'll figure out days. So let us know what you want.
Respond on the poll, guys.
Okay.
And we love you.
We love you all. Have a great night.
Thanks, Ben Fearing. This episode ends because of you. Hey, you should title this episode "I Run a Tight Shipwreck."
Oh, done. All right. And we should have Duke back on at some point too.
Maybe. I don't know. He kind of just
if we can find more parts to wax.
he just blew it for me.
All right. Bye, you cool cats.
All you cool cats and kittens. See you later.